Alright, welcome back YouTube. Today we got Death Battle. I am late making this video because I didn't want to at the time. So this is Death Battle, Cole MacGrath versus Alex Mercer, Infamous versus Prototype. I'm going with Infamous. Cole, I know his powers, I know his power level. Prototype, I seen half his game and just said, nah, I'm good. Hopefully, I'm right. If I see something in the little descriptions, I'm changing my answer. So, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, leave a reaction quest in the comments, and let's get it going.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by HelloFresh
and Shady Rays. Cole MacGrath, the patron saint of Infamous.
Alex Mercer, the Blacklight Virus prototype from Prototype. That's right, champions. You voted for it, so we're finally doing it. Long after these characters were ever relevant. Oh, hey, look what I found in the trash. An old script we wrote for this very matchup way back in 2013.
Wait, we haven't emptied our trash in 10 years?
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I'm going
with great power comes great responsibility. Tobey Maguire's not the only superhero who's had to learn that lesson.
Cole MacGrath was just your average delivery boy in Empire City until one day he opened a package that exploded in his face.
This was the Ray Sphere, a device that, upon erupting, destroyed much of the city and tore through Cole at the atomic level,
killing him instantly. Nah, actually, he scooped up some superpowers. Cool, zippity-zappity superpowers. Pew-pew.
More specifically, Cole became a conduit, one of many beings who were granted supernatural abilities from the Ray Sphere explosion.
Which also turned Empire City into a godforsaken hellscape. This world needed a hero, or at least an anti-hero willing to clean up the mess he sorta technically made.
Cole put his powers to the test, battling rogue superpowered conduits, including the mastermind behind the blast, Kessler.
Let's be real, none of Cole's powers are as sick nasty as his parkour skills, but his ability to manipulate electricity is pretty sweet too.
Cole controls electromagnetic energy. Not only can he generate a smorgasbord of powerful lightning attacks, he can also manipulate thermal, kinetic, and gravitational energies. Electromagnetism is pretty broad after all. This includes his radar pulse, which detects the bioelectricity inside organisms even if they're hidden or transformed.
And for good measure, he got to add some ice powers to his kit. He can throw ice grenades, shoot ice spikes, and let out some epic ice farts.
He can levitate like Electric Iron Man, grind on rails like Shadow the Hedgehog, read your mind like Goku's Muffin Button, charge up with extra karmic energy, also like Shadow the Hedgehog, and generate force fields like
Shadow the Hedgehog.
But these aren't just force fields. They literally convert any matter they touch into energy that Cole absorbs. That's insane.
How's that?
Are you familiar with a little equation called E equals mc squared?
No.
Oh, well, it defines the mathematical relationship between matter and energy, essentially how much energy any given mass contains.
Okay, the largest mass object Cole absorbs is a 343-gram helicopter chain gun round.
Perfectly converting matter to energy is technically impossible, but hey, this is a video game. The mass contained in that bullet, when multiplied by the speed of light squared, would release an energy equivalent to over 7 megatons of TNT. This means Cole's energy output is basically fueled by a nuclear reactor.
Oh, so he's like a living super bomb, always ready to go off. Sounds like my first ex-wife.
Should he somehow run low on energy, he can drain it from nearby appliances to recharge. He's even learned to drain the bioelectricity from people, like this. Yikes.
Cole can focus his electricity through his amp, a giant tuning fork which lets him ring around the Rosie to death. Or he can just make lightsabers out of his hands. That's cool too. And because he follows Pokemon rules, Cole's extra resistant to electric attacks.
With these powers, Cole chewed through Kessler's forces, including Sasha, whose black tar powers could infect and control minds.
And he eventually faced down that son of a bitch himself and pwned his ass, despite Kessler having his exact same powers. Coincidence?
Turns out the architect of Cole's misery was himself from an alternate future timeline. manipulating events from the shadows to ensure this version of Cole became a better hero than Kessler ever was.
Yeah, you see, Cole's superpowers are molded through his actions, increasing in power and utility based on how good or evil he acts. Naturally, as a good person, Cole shaped his powers to be more focused to target the bad guys.
That's pussy shit! Evil Cole is way more awesome sauce! He blows everything up! Collateral damage? Who cares? He can control fire!
Well,
So,
that just
how
happened.
did that version
Who wrote this shit?
The point is, Kessler's whole plan was meant to prevent the apocalypse, which would appear in the form of the Beast, a conduit of unimaginable power.
Cole is strong enough to create massive thunderstorms, fast enough to route electricity moving at 90% the speed of light, and maybe thanks to Kessler, tough enough to take on the Beast.
Which possessed the power of the Ray Sphere itself. It could regenerate at an atomic level and eradicate all of Empire City in a single attack. Fortunately, after a grueling battle, Cole defeated the Beast once and for all.
Though ultimately, it wasn't Cole's power that made him a hero.
In order to stop a plague created by the Ray Sphere, Cole sacrificed his life, eradicating the conduit genes and saving all of humanity.
Sure, he also killed thousands of conduits in the process, but hey, what's a few corpses when building a better tomorrow? This trolley stops for no one.
Cole was remembered as a saint by the people of New Marais, as a hero by the friends he left behind, and an inspiration to future generations.
Okay, if he eradicated the virus that made the conduits, how did he get his powers?
True testament to the responsibility of power.
How was power still there? He sacrificed his life.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by HelloFresh.
This
HelloFresh is
great
America's
experiment.
#1 meal kit. We're certainly busy over here at the Death Battle Labs, so HelloFresh's quick and easy meals and 15-minute meals are our gods.
Yeah, you get
And to tell him that,
Alex Mercer woke up in hell. Manhattan Island was gripped by the horrific Black Light virus, transforming its citizens into terrifying monsters.
Alex had no memories. He was a man without a past, and maybe no future. But he did have one thing.
The Black Light virus can rewrite your cells all the way down to your DNA, and somehow it granted Alex incredible superhuman abilities. He can infect anyone he touches with this virus, altering their biology at the molecular level in seconds, and giving him complete control over their actions.
So Alex pushed on, desperate to avenge himself and the city by finding whatever monster unleashed this nightmare, and eat them. Yeah, he can consume people to give himself a power boost. He's like Kirby, if Kirby listened to Linkin Park.
This extra biomass gives him superhuman strength, a greater metabolic rate, increased reaction times, and even a regenerative healing factor. Essentially, Alex is an ever-evolving super being, the ultimate being.
Oh, like Shadow the Hedgehog!
By consuming victims, Alex also receives all their memories and experiences, including Peter Randall, a 69-year-old man whose entire history Alex processed in just 11 seconds. Being able to condense that much information into that time frame means Alex can perceive events happening within 5 nanoseconds.
Which is about how long I was married to my second ex-wife.
Alex can shapeshift his body at will, creating disguises, increasing his muscle mass, and forming nearly unbreakable armor. And when he wants to kill someone, he can become his own weapon, turning his limbs into claws and blades, or generating countless tendrils that give him unmatched control over his environment.
With these goopy powers, he came up with a bunch of Street Fighter moves, like the air dash, the cannonball, the bullet dive drop, and the Hunter Dirt Nap. Pretty sure that was my third ex-wife's boyfriend's stripper name.
And after consuming enough people, Alex reaches critical mass and can unleash his evil slop in powerful ultimate attacks.
Like the Tendril Barrage Devastator. Oh, it's beautiful.
Despite being seen as the world's most wanted terrorist, fair, Alex used his powers to stop the spread of the virus and end the city's nuclear devastation.
It was then he learned the truth. He wasn't Alex Mercer at all.
He was the Black Light virus itself, which absorbed the memories and likeness of the real Alex Mercer, who was not only dead, but actually responsible for all of this in the first place. To decipher this, I recreated the Black Light virus myself, the most dangerous...
Why is it empty?
He's right behind me, isn't he?
So the man Alex was hunting the whole time was himself.
Dun dun dun!
That's right, Boomstick. Turns out Dr. Alex Mercer helped create the Blacklight virus, and when things didn't work out and he was about to die, he recklessly unleashed it upon the city.
What a petty SOB! What he didn't know was that the virus would merge with his sentience and memories and become a new Alex. How? Why? Don't question it, it's a nothing burger.
But is this massive viral material that calls itself Alex actually human in any meaningful way?
The poor bastard sure tried to be. Too bad humans can be dicks, and everyone kept betraying him. Even the so-called love of his life, who shot him in the face. Whoa! So, Alex figured, obviously, humanity had to go.
Not just go, but be made better. Whatever goodness remaining with this Alex was left behind as he plotted to unleash a second Blacklight virus, recreating humanity into a super species in his own image. Great power became great terror.
Classic anime RPG villain stuff. And he was strong enough to do it. Alex can casually tear buildings apart, dodge supersonic tank shells, and even defeated the Supreme Hunter, who was tough enough to survive a nuclear blast that would have leveled Manhattan.
Based on the blast radius given in-game, that's 450 kilotons of TNT.
Speaking of nukes, Alex survived one. His healing factor is off the chain. And after being blasted into paste, all he needed was the tiniest bit of himself to come back good as new.
His healing occurs at the cellular level, making him virtually impossible to kill so long as he keeps consuming.
But attempting to take over the world and kill millions of people pissed off a certain James Heller, a dude who had just had enough of his fucking weird, fucking rambling shit.
Who used the same virus powers to consume Alex once and for all.
Live by the Kirby symbiote, die by the Kirby symbiote. But was Alex just a virus after all? I mean, what's more human than the urge to conquer the world, drive its species to the slaughter, consume its raw genetic resources, and crown yourself king? Maybe the day Alex Mercer died was the day he truly became human.
Wow, that...
Okay, thoughts. I think Alex is going to win this because he's dead, right? So the body has no type of energy. It's just a virus. And I don't think the virus has anything like type energy. I think it's like a zombie. And let's see, what his powers was. It was the mind control. It said he was immune to mind control because his powers, but I want to say immune. I think he said he can fight it.
That was intense.
Fuck yeah, it was.
This episode is sponsored by Shady Rays.
Son giving you trouble this season.
But I'm sticking with him. Sticking with him.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
I think I've still got room for dessert. Buddy, you are one sick freak.
sit on these vermin. You and I can change this world for the better. The only vermin I see here is you. You don't want to give me your power! Fine! I'll just take it!
Good idea.
Can't take the power.
This world sure isn't perfect, but it's a lot better without you in it, asshole.
Oh, now I know where that script was
right,
in the
he couldn't
trash.
take his
I had to
power
hear
to.
someone say awesome sauce.
Both opponents were incredibly versatile and deadly, and both could match each other's powers blow for blow.
They could each create weapons, amplify their strength, and fight at range.
But could Cole survive Alex's infection? Well, Alex would usually need to weaken an opponent to get that trick to work. Even then, the Ray Sphere incident that created Cole's powers in the first place ripped apart everyone else down to the atomic level, and the Beast's attacks were capable of the same thing. Considering the Blacklight virus only works down to molecular DNA, it's reasonable to say Cole would be able to resist it.
Sure, Alex could have potentially consumed Cole's biomass to give himself an edge, but Cole could just do the same thing to Alex, absorbing his bioelectricity to power himself back up.
But nothing could challenge the gap in power. Everything Alex survived could simply not match Cole's force fields, and especially not the power of the Beast. The blast the Beast created actually had a much wider radius than the one the Supreme Hunter could survive. To compete with these foes, this means Cole was simply far more powerful than Alex.
Speaking of the Beast, Cole's ability to disintegrate it at the atomic level meant that even Alex's crazy molecular regeneration couldn't stand up to Cole's might.
Just like how Cole could overpower Kessler despite his resistance to electricity, or how he resisted Sasha's mind control powers, which were eerily similar to the Blacklight virus.
But I bet you're wondering, what if Alex fought evil Cole instead? Well, it'd be even worse, because that Cole took the Beast's power for himself. That's good night for Angry Virus Boy.
Alex was a versatile, deadly opponent, but Cole's counters, speed, and raw power gave him the
I
edge.
was right.
Alex
Cole.
got the Cole shoulder, just like this stupid script.
The winner is Cole MacGrath.
I was just thinking too. Well,
Thanks for watching, and hey, are you a Death Battle member? We've got a ballot going on right now where members get to choose a matchup for the next
He's a dead
season.
body.
So click that join button and jump into our Champions Discord.
Why would Frieza lose that? I don't. Frieza not losing that fight. It doesn't matter what. He's too OP. Megatron is strong, OP as well, but Frieza's way faster, way stronger. Like Megatron is, unless they go with all his forms that he achieved through all these cartoons, he has a chance then. But Frieza, I'm pretty sure base form Frieza can handle Megatron, so final form Frieza will just murder his ass. Then they also got they have no information on Black Frieza, so can't really say how strong he is, but he's stronger than Goku, and he's stronger than the one that made the wish of the Dragon Balls to be the strongest in the universe. So he's stronger than, well, he's the strongest in the universe. It seems like. All right, if you hit that like button, subscribe, and leave your reaction quest in the comments. Tell me how you like this fight, and what did you predict it? That's what I want to know. Did you predict the outcome of this fight like I did? I thought it just week ago who won when I saw the last one. And I said Cole. You can go back to watch it. All right, see ya.